All right, welcome in Bronco Nation. Today we're going to be reviewing the last game against San Diego State. It was a wet one. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming game against Colorado State. So with me here, I have Ricky Tjong-A-Tjoe. He played defensive end for Boise State in the almighty Kellen Moore era. So Ricky, what did you think about the San Diego State game?
Hey, to be honest, it was a really rough game to watch. Very frustrating. But besides the fact that it was a wet one, I think I don't I don't know how to explain it. I feel like maybe we just lost a lot of energy and momentum kind of early on. I feel like our tackling was very suspect. And honestly, I feel like it was some lack of creativity on the offensive part too. I feel like I get it's wet, it's raining, we got to run the ball, but at some point we got to figure out a way to get points on the board. Uh, um, so yeah, I was kind of disappointed, frustrated watching that game. What about you, Emran?
There were definitely a few moments where I think we had an opportunity to really make the plays we needed to make to get us back in it and kind of keep the game close. And it just felt like really it was a coaching thing in this one. I think there were multiple times where I think we had opportunities that they just weren't taking. One big thing I saw is I know we were running it a lot, especially the first half. Like I was not really upset with that. I think we were running it pretty well, and we were able to do what we needed on the ground. And especially with the rain, it's really hard to pass it. You don't want to risk either Cutforth having it slip out of his hands, get intercepted, or just you're going to see a lot of drops when it's wet like that. So I kind of understand why they were doing that, but then the rain clears up let's start at the end of the first half, right? They call all the timeouts, they save the time to try to make a last run to try to keep it close, and then they just run the clock out. And it's like what are we doing? I kind of I don't know, man. I think if there's no risk, there's no reward type of a situation there. If we want to try to keep it close and stay in it, we have to attack them. And this is something Danielson was saying kind of after the game is we should have attacked more and we need to look at why we didn't. And I kind of hate when he says stuff like that because it's like you were there, you were watching it unfold, and as all the fans are watching it, we're sitting there going, why? We have 30 seconds left, they've got 4 plays, why are we not taking shots and trying? Even if they intercept it, they're not really going to have time to do anything because they're running the ball too. And it's kind of right. There's not a ton of risk there. So I thought we should have really started bombing it and seeing what Cutforth could do and just taking a chance there. And instead they run the clock out, But it does make me wonder, why are we not making those adjustments in game? He kind of attributed it in the post conference to saying, his headset when they switch sides, he switches it over. So when defense comes on the field, he switches it to the defensive channel, which is understandable. But at the same time, I think what's happening is his focus is always on the current thing, and he's never really addressing what just happened and making those adjustments. He's relying on his offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator to do it, and sometimes that's not getting done. So I think there needs to be an adjustment there for sure. That should not be happening. And I think if all the fans are at home watching it and they're going, why are we doing this? What's going on? And it continues to be done, coaches should be realizing that in the moment as well. I don't know why Danielson wasn't there being okay, we need to take shots and talking to Potter on the thing, yo, let's dial some stuff up, So.
Right. Yeah, I think it's, to me, it felt like we were just getting bullied, right? We couldn't tackle the running back, and then the momentum changed, and I think San Diego State was just in the driver's seat the entire time. And I think it's up to our coaches to figure out and have something planned and have some schemes to figure out how to get back into that power position. I think that was kind of what was lacking. I feel like we were very passive. And I think also, dude, you got Cutford, cut him loose, let him do his thing. I feel like in a game like this, once we're down, I don't know, it's like playing Air Force, right? So once you're down a touchdown when it's raining like that and all you can do is run, you now have to take shots, or else you're not gonna get into a position where you can flip the script on the team, because they're gonna continue to run it. They don't have any issues running it, so you got to figure out a way to either make a play on special teams, which we didn't, or a play on defense, which we didn't. But on offense, we got to figure out a way to score. I feel like if we can't score, it just to me felt like it was very passive. And I feel like as a head coach or any coach, you're in charge of the squad. You got to figure something out, dial the guys up, get them back energized, figure out a way to get a play to shift the momentum. But yeah, it was missing.
Yeah, and like for the 2 weeks before the game, the coaches are out here saying, "Oh, we have absolute trust in Cutforth. We know he can do what we need him to do, and all this." And it really did not look like that on the field. It looked like they had no trust in him at all. Um, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. I think even like late game when he started passing in the final drive because he had to, he actually didn't look that bad. I mean, pretty much all of his incompletions on that drive were either the wide receiver dropping the ball, or there were two plays where it was a choice route by the wide receiver along the sideline, and it was either he curls out or he streaks it, and it was kind of a wide receiver choice, it seemed like. And I think Cutforth, probably knowing that they were down and they needed the big plays, was kind of expecting them to streak past the guys, so he was throwing it deep, kind of predicting that, and then the guy would curl up and the pass looked like it was an errant pass that was way over, but in reality it was just a misread and a miscommunication between the two. So other than those situations, I mean, pretty much every pass was on target. It's not like he was inaccurate. I think he was doing fine at they were kind of keeping the pressure away from him just enough that he was able to get the ball out. So I don't think there were too many issues there. And especially like early in the third when it stopped raining for a while, I was like waiting for them to start passing it a little bit to try to gain some ground back. And they just really didn't.
yeah.
That was when they went ahead and did like 22 run plays in a row. And I don't know, even the choice of run plays was a little bit lacking. I felt like it was a little bit boring. And I think if you're going to, like, a lot of people have been saying this, if you're going to run it every time, like, you got to dial up some more creative runs, whether that's having two back formations or whether it's like wildcat type stuff, like whatever it is, like we just got
Yeah,
to
if we're
figure
just
out
gonna
something
run it,
better.
why we even put a quarterback in? We might as well just put a running back in and run it.
Do like some
No, I
option
hear you.
type
I
things,
think the biggest thing, yeah, I think our biggest thing is like, to me, I can't, looking back on the game, I can't think of a ball that was thrown by our quarterback. So it's like on that last drive, of course, the defense is giving you the short pass. So he's going to look good on the last drive because they're giving you something to throw at, so they
Yeah.
can just rally to it and finish out the game. Um, but I don't know, man. It was hard to watch. I really don't have uh, a solution. I thought, you have 2 weeks to get prepared with your quarterback because it was a bye week. Like, hey, cut this guy loose, let him do his thing. He is on the team for a reason. It just felt like we got to the game and we were kind of like, we don't trust our quarterback, and I didn't like that. I feel like we got to trust you. You got to trust your guys and let them shine. And if you can't do it, then find somebody else that is able to do it and put that dude in. Because for us to lose, that's a back-to-back game, right?
Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean, we had
And
a bye
honestly,
week
I
in
mean,
between, but
to be fair, these were two of the hardest conference games that we were going to go up against, Fresno and San Diego. Fresno hasn't been as amazing this year as I think they had an opportunity to be. But San Diego, I mean, they're top team in the conference. So it's not like we went into this game thinking it would be easy and then we showed up like that. And honestly, I think the defense did pretty good. We kept them to 17 points, which they don't have the best offense either. So it's not like that's a huge, huge achievement. But I mean, 17 points is still a pretty low score. And I know we were all running it the whole game and stuff, but I think defense, for the most part, did what they needed to do. I think the time they started letting up was towards the end when we started getting behind, and I think they just started getting tired, and not able to keep up anymore. It's kind of hard when, I don't know, when offense goes out there and goes 3-and-out a few times and all that, you start getting worn down.
no, it's definitely not easy. But yeah, our defense was tackling horribly. I think
Yeah.
they uh I think they were just hitting the backside and gaining so much ground on that. And then, on that first contact, the running back is just breaking that every single time. That just
Yeah, and it
comes
kind of
down to like,
surprised
hey,
me
we're
because
not
Notriani
tackling.
was a lot of times being ran over, and he's typically one of the better tacklers. He's the guy that we can kind of depend on to be there. And I
Yeah,
mean, there were
he's
multiple
having a rough
plays that
game.
stick out where he was just getting trampled.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. I don't understand. Like, I mean, I played against San Diego State before. I lost against them too. Like, they're a good momentum running team. Like, once they get momentum and they can run the ball, they'll keep going. And you know, as the game goes along, they get stronger. It's just we need to tackle. That's what it comes down to. If we can get the guy on
Yeah.
the ground, that's our job. But I feel like we haven't done that. I don't think we stopped him but once.
So, as a
So
defensive player, I want to ask you because tackling has been an issue pretty much all year long. It's been something that both fans and coaches have realized and have been talking about, saying we need to improve our tackling. And yet, we haven't really seen much improvement in that area. I mean, the tackling maybe looks a hair better than it did like against the very first games, but not by much. It
right.
really is just it seems like it hasn't taken a step forward at all. So, what types of things would you guys normally do in practice to help improve the tackling? What do you think they're missing?
Honestly, I feel like I know for a fact the fundamentals of tackling are instilled in, first week of camp. It now comes down to, are we running around as a defense and going out there and imposing our will? Because I feel like you're going to miss tackles. It's just coming down to, hey, am I getting off this block and I'm helping the tackle, and am I wrapping up, and am I being aggressive? That's what it comes down to. It seems like what is happening is we're expecting this one guy to make the tackle and everybody else is still engaged on their blocks. If this guy misses a tackle, I'm running there and I'm trying to jump in. I'm trying to get on that tackle as well. That's the way we got around that. It was a race to see who's going to get to the tackle first. And if
Group
you
effort,
got it
yeah.
first, I'm gonna get on there too. I'm gonna try to punch the ball out, and I don't think I see that aggressiveness or that togetherness for the whole defense to swarm and get that done. So it comes down to getting off of blocks, make sure you're free and running to the ball, wrapping up. I feel like wrapping up, the biggest thing I've noticed with Notriani for sure is leaving his feet, which you don't need to dive. You need to wrap up and run your feet. That's the way we're going to make this tackle. If we, leave our feet, you don't have any weight. You don't have anything to actually bring somebody to the ground. But if you
Hmm.
keep your feet on the ground and keep them moving and running through a tackle, that's a way more aggressive and successful way to tackle. So that's
Yeah.
what I noticed.
That's a good point. I mean, even in like their practice drills and stuff, you see them practicing diving to wrap up the legs a lot, instead of running and driving through the guy. Um, which I agree. I think even when we see him tackle up, I guess I haven't really keyed in on the fact that they're leaving their feet more than they probably need to, but I think you're right on that. And I mean, when they do try to wrap up, it's just like the guys are slipping right through their arms, and sometimes they just throw their shoulders too, which really annoys me when they throw their shoulder and miss a tackle or the guy bounces off because you're not giving yourself any shot to actually bring the guy down other than just that initial impact. And I don't know. Sometimes that works, but it's kind of a little bit of a hope and a prayer, when you go about it like that. If you actually wrap the guy's, waist and legs up, then it's like it makes it pretty hard for him to continue. And if anything else, it's when you've got to wrap up on the guy, even if you're not able to bring him down, you've slowed him down and stopped him so other teammates have a chance to get there. You're not just getting ran over and him continuing downfield.
Right. Yeah, I think it's leaving our feet. It's our biggest thing. And like you said, if you run through somebody and wrap up, even if you don't make the tackle, you're going to slow them down. And then it's coming down to gang tackling. Are we willing to get extra tired and to run to the ball and make that play? Because yeah, I feel like that last game was definitely a winnable game if we
Yeah.
would have tackled better. Because yeah, 17 points. I mean, 17 points in a running game, like still a lot. That's a high scoring game. Because they didn't throw a lot, but being able to score 17 points on the ground,
Yeah, and I kind of felt that
it's a
there was a
lot.
missed opportunity on taking a couple play action shots. Like there was a point in the game, especially that third quarter when the rain let up, where it's like they were still crowding the box, expecting the run every time, and we just gave it to them. And it's like we didn't have the rain. We saw them crowding, we saw them not really covering the pass that much or focusing on the pass that much, and we didn't even once try a play action. I think in the whole game, I don't know if they tried to play action. I think every time they did pass, it was just dropbacks. And maybe Cutfort's not that good at play action or something like that. But I mean, that was one thing even going into this game. If you guys watch our last pregame episode, we talk about how they tend to respond very quickly to whether it's a pass or a run. And if they see it's a run, they close in real fast. And if they see it's a pass, then they also like get to the receivers really fast. And there was a big opportunity either doing draw plays, which I also was kind of upset that they didn't even try one of those, where it's like Cutforth goes back like he's going to pass it and then gives it late to the guy. I think they may have done one very late in the game, but it's like that should have been utilized more because they have a tendency to completely abandon the box as soon as they see that. And I think there was an opportunity for those late handoffs. And then vice versa on the play action. You know, we saw them every time they went to hand it off, they would just crash all of those gaps and completely close it up. And at that point, it was really up to the running backs to make the gap and get through the line. And you know, I think even just one or two play actions thrown in on a second and short or a third down, whatever, after a good run. I think there was a big opportunity there to really capitalize and get a big shot, you know, over the top. And we have people that can do that. Like Bates is a great fast runner. You know, he's a guy capable of outrunning the DBs and getting over the top.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I think even doing a play action and throwing it, and even if it's off, just doing a safe throw towards the sideline, just to
Mhm.
stretch the defense. Because now, if the defense realized, like, hey, I was not where I was supposed to be. If that was an accurate throw, out of that'd have been a touchdown. It puts it in the defensive heads of like, hey, I can't react too fast to this, and it's gonna open the field up. But yeah, if you're one dimensional, it makes it easier. Coming down, they're not worried about a play action or a pass play. Even though you might not hit it, it's still putting it out there, and they have to respect it. And I think that's what was missing. I just feel like our brand of football as Broncos is creative, high execution, attention to detail, and I have not seen that this season, and it bums me out.
Yeah. So as a coach yourself, you're coaching for what, Boise right now? Boise
Boise High, yes.
Boise High. So as a coach, like what do you think is going through the coach's brains when they decide not to do those play actions or you know, to run out the clock at the end of the second half? Like are they afraid that we're going to turn it over? Are they just confident in the run that they think, you know, this can get it done? Like what is it that you think they're thinking?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I think it might be a combination of both. Like they're so confident in the run, which I understand because we got some dogs back there. But um, yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lack of confidence maybe in the quarterback or the passing game. I honestly don't know because I feel like at the end of the day, you play the game to win, and if you're not working towards that win, or maybe that was the game plan to just run it. Um, I can't tell you. I feel like for me, I would have been much more aggressive, especially because we just lost to Fresno. So I'm trying to keep our guys together and make sure that our team stays together by winning. Because I think at this point, if I'm looking at the team, the reason people come to Boise is because we win games. You're going to play in a championship game, you're going to play in a playoff game. But if we don't win, we're not going to get the guys we want because they're going to go to a different place that does win. So I think to me, I don't know where our heads are at. I think I think it's a lack of confidence in our offense, maybe, and yeah, lack of creativity. I'm not sure.
I want to thank Ricky Tjong-A-Tjoe once again for coming on and giving some thoughts on the last game and kind of where we stand as a football team. Where can we go from here? We'll explore that more tomorrow with a video about Colorado State, going over some footage of their strengths and weaknesses, what we can take advantage of, and what to look for going into this game this week. If you guys have liked this video, go hit the like and subscribe button. It helps us out a lot as we're a new channel. Thanks again, and we will see you guys tomorrow in our video breaking down Colorado State.